Ever felt drained after talking to someone? Like they sucked all the joy out of you? Well, you might think these people are just having a bad day, but the truth is far more shocking. They could be low vibrational people. And today, we're diving into 10 mind-blowing facts about them that you're not supposed to know. Now, you might be wondering, why should I care about low vibrational people? Here's the thing. If you don't know these facts, you might find yourself constantly feeling down, tired, and stuck in life. But once you understand them, you'll be able to protect your energy, improve your relationships, and skyrocket your personal growth. This knowledge is like a superpower for your soul. Before we jump into the juicy details, let's quickly break down what we mean by low vibration in the world of spirituality. Everything in the universe is made up of energy, vibrating at different frequencies. People with high vibrations tend to be positive, loving, and full of life. On the flip side, low vibrational people often struggle with negative emotions, pessimism, and a lack of energy. They're not bad people, but their energy can have a big impact on those around them. Surprise, surprise! Low vibrational people aren't just grumpy or pessimistic. They're actually energy vampires. No, we're not talking about the sparkly kind from Twilight. These folks unconsciously drain the energy of those around them. It's like they have an invisible straw that sucks out your good vibes, leaving you feeling exhausted and down in the dumps. Let's paint a picture. Imagine you're having a great day. The sun is shining, you're feeling productive, and life is good. Then you run into your coworker. Let's call him Debbie Downer Dave. Dave starts complaining about everything: the weather, his job, his car, his cat's attitude. Before you know it, your sunny mood has turned cloudy, and you feel like you need a nap. That's energy vampirism in action. But here's the kicker. Most low vibrational people don't even realize they're doing this. They're not evil masterminds plotting to ruin your day. They're often struggling with their own issues and unconsciously seeking energy from others to fill their own emotional void. Understanding this can help you approach these interactions with more compassion, while still protecting your own energy. So how does this affect your day-to-day life? Well, if you're constantly around energy vampires, you might find yourself feeling tired all the time, struggling to achieve your goals, or losing enthusiasm for things you used to love. It's like trying to run a marathon with weights tied to your ankles. Recognizing these energy drainers is the first step in reclaiming your power and maintaining your high vibe. Now let's talk about the second shocking fact. Low vibrational people are often stuck in victim mode. What does this mean? Well, they see themselves as helpless pawns in the game of life, always at the mercy of external circumstances. It's like they're wearing glasses that only show them the negative side of every situation. Picture this. You and your friend decide to start a small business together. Things are going well, but then you hit a bump in the road. A client backs out of a big project. You see this as a challenge to overcome, an opportunity to learn and grow. But your low vibrational friend? They immediately throw their hands up in despair, saying things like, "This always happens to me," or "We're doomed to fail." They're not just being pessimistic. They genuinely believe that the world is out to get them. This victim mentality is like quicksand for personal growth. The more low vibrational people struggle against their perceived misfortunes, the deeper they sink into negativity. They might blame their parents, the government, the economy, or even the alignment of the planets for their problems. Anything but take responsibility for their own lives. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that sounds exhausting. And you're right. Living in victim mode is incredibly draining, not just for the person experiencing it, but for everyone around them. It's like they're carrying a heavy backpack of complaints and excuses everywhere they go, and they're always looking for someone to help them bear the weight. But here's the thing. We all have moments where we feel like victims. The difference is that high vibrational people recognize these thoughts and choose to shift their perspective. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? Or, how can I use this experience to grow? Low vibrational people, on the other hand, tend to wallow in their victimhood, reinforcing their negative beliefs about themselves and the world. So, how does this affect your interactions with low vibrational people? Well, you might find yourself constantly playing the role of rescuer or cheerleader. You try to lift their spirits, offer solutions, or show them the bright side of things. But no matter how hard you try, it never seems to stick. That's because true change has to come from within. You can't force someone to see the world differently if they're not ready or willing to do so. Understanding this fact can help you set healthier boundaries with low vibrational people. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to fix their problems or change their mindset, you can offer support while still maintaining your own positive outlook. Remember, you're not responsible for anyone else's happiness or success. That's their journey to take. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next fact is a doozy. Low vibrational people are like magnets for drama. They don't just stumble into chaotic situations. They actively seek them out, often without even realizing it. It's like they have a sixth sense for finding the storm in every teacup. Let's set the scene. You're at a peaceful family gathering. Everyone's getting along, sharing stories, and enjoying each other's company. Suddenly, your low vibrational aunt brings up a decades-old family argument. Within minutes, the room is filled with raised voices, hurt feelings, and slamming doors. Sound familiar? That's the drama magnet at work. But why do low vibrational people do this? Well, it's not because they're evil or want to ruin everyone's day. Often, it's because drama gives them a sense of importance or excitement. In their mind, being part of a dramatic situation is better than feeling invisible or unimportant. It's like they're the star of their own reality TV show, and drama is what keeps the ratings up. This attraction to drama can show up in all areas of life. In relationships, they might create conflicts out of thin air or blow small disagreements way out of proportion. At work, they're often at the center of office gossip or petty rivalries. Even in their personal lives, they might make mountains out of molehills, turning minor inconveniences into major catastrophes. Now you might be thinking, that sounds exhausting. And you're right. Living in a constant state of drama is incredibly draining, not just for the person creating it, but for everyone around them. It's like they're constantly shaking up a soda bottle and then being surprised when it explodes. But here's the kicker. Many low vibrational people don't even realize they're doing this. They might genuinely believe that they're just unlucky or that the world is out to get them. They don't see how their own actions and attitudes are contributing to the chaos in their lives. So, How does this affect your interactions with low vibrational people? Well, you might find yourself constantly playing the role of mediator or peacekeeper. You try to calm things down, offer perspective, or smooth over conflicts. But no matter how hard you try, it never seems to last. That's because the drama isn't just happening to them. It's a part of how they interact with the world. Understanding this fact can help you navigate relationships with low vibrational people more effectively. Instead of getting sucked into their dramatic vortex, you can choose to maintain your calm and set healthy boundaries. Remember, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. It's also important to note that sometimes we might be drawn to dramatic people or situations because of our own unresolved issues or need for excitement. If you find yourself constantly surrounded by drama, it might be worth taking a look at your own patterns and behaviors. Are you unknowingly seeking out these situations? Are you playing a role in perpetuating the drama? Now let's talk about how this drama attraction affects the low vibrational person themselves. Constantly living in a state of conflict and chaos can have serious negative impacts on their mental, emotional, and even physical health. It's like they're running on a hamster wheel of stress, never able to relax or find peace. This constant state of agitation keeps their vibration low, making it difficult for them to attract positive experiences or relationships into their lives. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They expect drama, so they create drama, which then reinforces their belief that life is inherently dramatic. Breaking this cycle isn't easy, but it is possible. It requires self-awareness, a willingness to take responsibility for one's actions, and often professional help. For some low vibrational people, drama has become such a habit that they don't know how to live without it. Learning to find excitement and fulfillment in more positive ways can be a challenging but transformative journey. As someone interacting with a low vibrational person, it's important to remember that you can't force them to change. You can offer support, set an example of peaceful living, and maintain your own boundaries. But ultimately, the choice to shift their patterns has to come from them. In the meantime, you can work on raising your own vibration to create a buffer against the drama. This might involve practices like meditation, gratitude journaling, or spending time in nature. The higher your own vibration, the less likely you are to get pulled into low vibrational drama. Remember, everyone is on their own journey. Low vibrational people aren't bad. They're often struggling with their own pain, insecurities, or past traumas. By understanding these patterns, you can approach them with compassion while still protecting your own energy and peace of mind. As we move forward in our exploration of low vibrational people, keep in mind that knowledge is power. The more you understand about these energy dynamics, the better equipped you'll be to navigate your relationships and maintain your own high vibration. Stay tuned for more shocking facts that will change the way you see the world of energy and spirituality. Now, let's dive into our fourth shocking fact. Low vibrational people are often trapped in a time warp, constantly reliving the past. It's like they've got one foot stuck in a bucket of cement, and that cement is made of old memories, regrets, and what-ifs. Imagine you're catching up with an old friend over coffee. You're excited to hear about their life and share your own adventures. But as soon as you sit down, they start rehashing the same old stories. how their ex did them wrong 5 years ago, or how they missed out on that big opportunity back in college. It's like talking to a broken record that only plays sad tunes from yesteryear. This obsession with the past isn't just annoying. It's a major energy drain. Low vibrational people tend to romanticize the good old days or wallow in past hurts, preventing them from fully experiencing and appreciating the present moment. It's like they're watching their life through a rearview mirror, missing all the beautiful scenery right in front of them. But why do they do this? Often it's because living in the past feels safer than facing the uncertainties of the present or future. The past is familiar, even if it's painful. At least it's known. Moving forward requires change, and change can be scary, especially for those vibrating at a lower frequency. This backward focus affects every aspect of their lives. In relationships, they might compare current partners to past loves, never allowing new connections to flourish. At work, they might cling to outdated methods, resisting new technologies or ideas. Even in their personal growth, they might use past failures as excuses not to try new things. Interacting with someone stuck in the past can be frustrating. You might feel like you're constantly trying to pull them into the present, only to have them snap back like a rubber band. It's important to remember that you can't force someone to let go of their past. That's a journey they need to take on their own. Instead, try to gently encourage them to focus on the present. Share your own experiences of growth and change. Show them the beauty and possibilities of living in the now. But also, be prepared to set boundaries if their constant trips down memory lane start to drag you down. Hold on to your hats, because this next fact might surprise you. Low vibrational people aren't just energy vampires, they're also energy hoarders. It's like they've got a leaky bucket of energy, and instead of fixing the leak, they're desperately trying to collect every drop they can from others. Picture a squirrel gathering nuts for winter, but instead of nuts, it's gathering bits of energy from everyone it meets. That's your low vibrational friend or coworker. They collect grievances, complaints, and negative emotions like they're going out of style. Every perceived slight, every minor inconvenience, every bit of bad news, they store it all away, letting it weigh them down. But why do they do this? Often it's because they feel a deep sense of lack in their lives. They believe there's not enough good stuff to go around, not enough love, success, happiness, or opportunity. So they hoard whatever energy they can get, even if it's negative, because something feels better than nothing. This hoarding behavior shows up in many ways. They might hold grudges for years, refusing to forgive even the smallest offenses. They could be the office gossip, collecting and spreading negative stories about others. Or they might be constant complainers, always finding something wrong in every situation. The irony is, all this hoarding actually lowers their vibration even further. It's like they're carrying around a heavy backpack full of rocks, and then wondering why they can't keep up with everyone else. The energy they're hoarding isn't serving them, it's dragging them down. Dealing with an energy hoarder can be tricky. They might try to pull you into their negativity, sharing their complaints and grievances in an attempt to get you to hoard energy too. It's important to maintain your own positive outlook and not get sucked into their way of thinking. Instead, try to model a different way of being. Show them how to appreciate the good things in life how to let go of minor annoyances, and how to focus on the present rather than hoarding past hurts. But remember, you can't force them to change. That decision has to come from within. Now, buckle up for our sixth shocking fact. Low vibrational people are often terrified of change. It's like they're standing on a tiny island of familiarity in a vast ocean of possibilities, clinging to what they know, even if it's making them miserable. Think about that friend who's always complaining about their job but never looks for a new one. Or the family member who's unhappy in their relationship but won't consider couples therapy or moving on. That's fear of change in action. This fear isn't just about big life changes. Low vibrational people might resist small changes too, from trying a new restaurant to changing their hairstyle. It's like they're living life on repeat, hitting the same buttons every day and expecting different results. But why are they so scared of change? Often, it's because change requires stepping into the unknown, and that feels risky. When you're vibrating at a low frequency, the world can seem like a threatening place. Sticking with the familiar, even if it's unpleasant, feels safer than venturing into uncharted territory. This fear of change can have a big impact on their lives. It can keep them stuck in unfulfilling jobs, unhealthy relationships, or harmful habits. It can prevent them from pursuing their dreams or exploring new opportunities. It's like they're watching life pass by from behind a locked door, too afraid to step out and join the party. Interacting with someone who fears change can be challenging. You might feel frustrated watching them stay stuck in situations that aren't serving them. You might try to encourage them to make changes, only to be met with a wall of resistance or a list of excuses. It's important to remember that you can't force someone to change if they're not ready. Change has to come from within, but you can provide support and encouragement. Share your own experiences of positive change. Help them see the potential benefits of stepping out of their comfort zone. And most importantly, be patient. Change is a process, and it often happens in small steps rather than giant leaps. At the same time, don't let their fear of change hold you back. If you're ready to make positive changes in your own life, go for it. You might just inspire them to take a few steps forward too. Remember, everyone moves at their own pace. What seems like a small step to you might feel like a giant leap to someone vibrating at a lower frequency. Celebrate their small victories and continue to radiate your own high vibe energy. Sometimes, the best way to help others change is simply to be a living example of the benefits of embracing growth and new experiences. As we continue to explore these shocking facts about low vibrational people, keep in mind that understanding is key. The more we understand about these patterns and behaviors, the better equipped we are to navigate our relationships and maintain our own high vibration. Stay tuned for more mind-blowing insights that will change the way you see the world of energy and spirituality. Let's dive into our seventh shocking fact. Low vibrational people are often unknowing experts in the art of self-sabotage. It's like they're playing a game of chess against themselves, and they're determined to lose every single time. Picture this. Your friend finally lands that job interview they've been dreaming about. But instead of preparing and showing up with confidence, they stay up all night worrying, show up late, and then blurt out all their insecurities to the interviewer. That's self-sabotage in action, folks. This pattern of self-defeating behavior isn't just limited to big opportunities. Low vibrational people might sabotage their diets, their relationships, their financial goals, pretty much any area of life where success is within reach. It's like they've got an inner gremlin whispering, "You don't really deserve this, do you?" But why do they do this? Often, it's because success feels scarier than failure. When you're used to things going wrong, there's a weird comfort in staying in that familiar territory. Success means change, and as we've learned, change can be terrifying for low vibrational people. Self-sabotage can show up in many ways. It might be procrastination, where they put off important tasks until it's too late. Or it could be oversharing their insecurities, pushing people away just when connections start to form. Sometimes it's about creating chaos or drama to distract from potential success. Dealing with a self-saboteur can be frustrating. You might feel like you're watching a car crash in slow motion, unable to stop it. It's important to remember that you can't save someone from themselves, but you can offer support, encouragement, and a positive example. Try to help them recognize their self-sabotaging behaviors. Gently point out patterns you notice. Encourage them to explore why they might be afraid of success. And most importantly, celebrate their wins, no matter how small. Sometimes, just knowing someone believes in them can be the first step in breaking the self-sabotage cycle. Buckle up, because our eighth fact is a real eye-opener. Low vibrational people often operate from a place of scarcity. It's like they believe the universe is a giant pie with only so many slices to go around, and they're always afraid of missing out on their piece. Imagine you're at a buffet with a friend. There's plenty of food for everyone, but your low vibrational buddy is piling their plate sky high, worried that if they don't grab it all now, there won't be any left. That's the scarcity mindset in action. But instead of food, it applies to things like love, success, opportunities, and happiness. This scarcity thinking affects every area of their lives. In relationships, they might be clingy or jealous, afraid that if their partner shows love to others, there won't be enough left for them. At work, they might hoard information or opportunities, seeing colleagues as competition rather than potential collaborators. Even in friendships, they might feel threatened when their friends have other relationships. But why do they think this way? Often it's rooted in deep-seated fears and insecurities. Maybe they grew up with limited resources, or they've experienced significant losses in the past. Whatever the reason, they've come to believe that there's not enough good stuff to go around. The irony is, this scarcity mindset often creates the very lack they fear. By approaching life with a closed fist, they miss out on the abundance that comes from openness and generosity. It's like they're trying to catch rain with a closed umbrella and then complaining about being thirsty. Interacting with someone with a scarcity mindset can be challenging. You might feel pressured to constantly reassure them, or find yourself caught up in their fears of missing out. It's important to maintain your own abundance mindset and set healthy boundaries. Try to gently challenge their scarcity thinking. Point out examples of abundance in the world. Encourage them to practice gratitude for what they have, rather than focusing on what they lack. And most importantly, model an abundance mindset in your own life. Show them that sharing and collaborating often leads to more for everyone, not less. Get ready for our ninth shocking fact. Low vibrational people are often emotional sponges. soaking up the feelings and energy of everyone around them. It's like they're walking around without an emotional skin, absorbing every vibe in their environment. Picture this. Your low vibrational friend walks into a room where two people have just had an argument. Even though the argument is over and everyone else has moved on, your friend immediately feels tense and upset. They've soaked up the residual negative energy like a sponge. This sensitivity to others' emotions isn't always a bad thing. It can make low vibrational people very empathetic and understanding. The problem is, they often struggle to distinguish between their own feelings and those they've absorbed from others. It's like they're emotional chameleons, changing colors to match their environment without realizing it. But why does this happen? Often, it's because low vibrational people have weak energetic boundaries. They haven't learned how to shield themselves from the emotional storms of others. It's like they're walking around in a rainstorm without an umbrella, getting soaked by everyone else's emotional weather. This emotional absorption can have a big impact on their lives. They might find themselves exhausted after being in crowded places. They could take on the stress of their coworkers or the anxiety of their family members. In relationships, they might lose their sense of self, becoming whatever they think their partner wants them to be. Dealing with an emotional sponge can be tricky. You might find that your own moods greatly affect them, which can make you feel responsible for their emotional state. It's important to remember that while you should be mindful of the energy you're putting out, you're not responsible for managing someone else's emotions. If you're close to a low vibrational person who's an emotional sponge, you can help them learn to set better energetic boundaries. Encourage them to practice grounding techniques like meditation or spending time in nature. Teach them about the importance of self-care and taking time to recharge. And most importantly, help them learn to distinguish between their own feelings and those they've absorbed from others. Now for our 10th and final shocking fact, and it's a game changer. Low vibrational people have the power to change. That's right. No matter how stuck or negative someone might seem, there's always the potential for growth and transformation. Imagine a caterpillar crawling along the ground, never imagining it could fly. That's like a low vibrational person who hasn't yet realized their potential for change. But just like that caterpillar has the innate ability to transform into a butterfly, every person has the capacity to raise their vibration. This potential for change is amazing, but it's not always easy. Shifting from a low vibration to a higher one takes work, commitment, and often support from others. It's like trying to paddle upstream. It takes effort, but once you build momentum, it gets easier. So why is change possible? Because our vibration isn't set in stone. It's influenced by our thoughts, beliefs, actions, and environment. By making conscious choices to shift these factors, anyone can gradually raise their vibration. The process of change often starts with awareness. Low vibrational people need to recognize their patterns and understand how these patterns affect their lives. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly they can see what needs to be cleaned up. Next comes the desire to change. This is crucial because no one can force another person to raise their vibration. The motivation has to come from within. It's like planting a seed. Without the desire for growth, that seed will never sprout. Then comes the actual work of change. This might involve practicing gratitude, learning to set boundaries, challenging negative thought patterns, or seeking professional help. It's a journey, and like any journey, it has its ups and downs. If you're close to someone who's trying to raise their vibration, your support can be invaluable. Encourage their efforts, celebrate their progress, and be patient with their setbacks. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, and every small step counts. It's also important to remember that you can't do the work for them. You can offer support and guidance, but ultimately, they need to walk the path themselves. It's like teaching someone to ride a bike. You can hold the seat for a while, but eventually they need to pedal on their own. And there you have it, folks. 10 shocking facts about low vibrational people that you weren't supposed to know. From energy vampirism to self-sabotage, from drama addiction to the amazing potential for change, we've covered a lot of ground. Understanding these facts isn't about judging or labeling people. It's about gaining insight into the complex world of energy and human behavior. This knowledge is a powerful tool. It can help you navigate relationships, protect your own energy, and even recognize low vibrational patterns in yourself. Remember, we all have moments of low vibration. The key is to be aware of these patterns and consciously choose to raise our energy. Whether you're dealing with low vibrational people in your life or working on raising your own vibration, know that change is always possible. So, what's next? Take this knowledge and use it wisely. Practice compassion for others and for yourself. Set healthy boundaries. Focus on raising your own vibration through positive thoughts, actions, and connections. And most importantly, never forget that you have the power to choose your energy and shape your reality. Thank you for joining me on this eye-opening journey into the world of low vibrational people. Remember, the more you understand about energy and vibration, the better equipped you are to create a life of joy, abundance, and high-vibe living. Keep shining your light and watch how it transforms not only your life, but the lives of those around you.